Hey folks, just wanted to bring you the latest edition of the Grassroots RC podcast. This is going to be the very first recorded with video podcast, so bear with me. May have some issues, may not, don't know how it's going to work out. We're going to do our best. Just thankful to be able to do this for fun, and do this to help try to grow our hobby. So I know it's not going to be professional. I'm not a professional, but guess what? It's free. You ain't paying to see it either. So enjoy it. You can leave comments if you'd like. Anything you want to see, let me know. I'll try my best to accommodate it. But just want to welcome everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for paying attention. Going to see a lot of new things coming up with the podcast on this channel, on this YouTube channel. Going to have some race videos, some driver interviews, some driver spotlights. Maybe even do some things with some different people's sponsors if we can. Do anything I can do to help the racers, the racetracks, just attract more people to this hobby, and just keep enjoying what we do. If you like what you see, let me know. Like the podcast there. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you subscribe to the channel, you'll get notifications anytime I add content. So that'll help you, but it also helps the podcast. It helps our YouTube rating and things like that. So just like and subscribe. It'll help us out a whole lot. So I look forward to getting into this episode here. Kind of feeling my way through it, so bear with me. Got some notes. And so let's get after it. Let's just do it. First thing I want to talk about today, this is going to be the one and only time I talk about it, the one and only time I bring it up, the one and only time I'm going to even address it. And that's all this nonsense going on with CUSAC, and that's arguing and all these things that are going on back and forth on social media and things like that. Here's where I stand, and this is me speaking for me, myself, not speaking for any racetrack or anybody else, or this is just Charlie Agnew. This is me. My personal feelings from what I've seen, having been in this for a little over a year now, having been a CUSAC member for that long up until recently, there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes, a lot of undermining that goes on, a lot of things that happen just out of sheer jealousy, where grown men can't accept the fact that somebody else just happens to be better than them on a particular day. And to me, that's nonsense. And it's bad for the sport, it's bad for the hobby, it's bad for the organization. So what I decided to do was to cancel my CUSAC membership and not be a member of that organization anymore. So I'm not going to comment on it anymore. I'm not a member. I don't have a right to complain about it. I will not complain about it. I'm done. I got into this to have fun, enjoy myself, hang out with my friends, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I don't need CUSAC to do that. Fortunately, there are racetracks that you don't have to have that license to participate, and those are the places I'll go race. And at some point in the future, I'm the type of person, I don't say never about anything. So things could change. Maybe some changes happen within the CUSAC, and some things get fixed, and maybe I come back. I don't know. So I'm just saying, I don't burn bridges. I have zero reason to worry about that. I just want to make sure that you guys understand where I stand. I don't want to bring it up anymore, because I don't think any good can come of it out here in this social media world. I'm the type of person that if I have a problem with a person or a couple of individuals or whatever, I'll address it with them. We'll go talk about it. We're adults. We're not children. This is an elementary school. We can talk about it and have a good conversation. So that being said, that's all I want to really say about it. Move on. Everybody just move on. Go on, enjoy yourself. We race, at the couple tracks I go to, we race. We have our club races, and we have an awesome time. So move on from there, and let's talk about this past weekend's St. Jude's benefit race up at Mountain Valley RC. Now, went up Friday, and we actually had a little unique deal Friday. We did some 3 laps of qualifying, and then 100-lap mains for every class, and pretty fun, pretty unique. We haven't done that before. Different way to do it. Enjoyed it. Unfortunately, I didn't really keep results for Friday, except that I finished second in Super Truck in my very first truck race. But full disclosure, there were only 3 of us in the race on Friday. But I'll take it. I'll take a second any way I can get it. But I had a lot of fun racing with Brian Sutphin, Brian Anderson in that class. Both of those guys are extremely hard racers, but they race very, very clean and do their best to help. And Brian Sutphin helped me out a whole lot, get the truck a little bit better on Friday, and I really appreciate that. But had a good crowd Friday night. I believe we had around 22, 23 entries on Friday night, or Friday, really. We kind of started during the day, so I know a lot of people couldn't get off work and be there, and we had several of our regulars that had previous plans for the weekend, but it was a good time on Friday. And Saturday we came back and we were all kind of nervous about the weather. It worked out. We did sit through about an hour or so rain delay, I guess. I'm not really sure how long. I didn't time it because I'm just sitting there having a good time with my friends, right? Did have a little rain delay, but we got through it. We got the show in and actually ran 2 100-lap mains, and then combined the finishing positions to determine the overall winners for each class. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that format. Those 2 longer races were pretty good for me. I didn't do quite as well. I think I finished 5th or so in the first one, maybe 6th in the second race. I had to drop out. The throttle servo gave up on me, and I felt it, and so I parked it before I wadded my truck up. So unfortunately had a part failure, but that's it's part of it. But I got some results here from the overall on Saturday. In Grand National, Frankie Everhart picked up the overall win. Chris Damasio came in second, and Tom Standridge finished third. And memory serves me correct, Tom and Kevin McDougal tied for third. The tiebreaker they determined would be the fastest single lap recorded in either of the 2 races, and Tom beat him on the tiebreaker. So congratulations, Tom, on your 3rd place that way, but also a really good run for Kevin McDougal. And I'll say Kevin Andrews, his car ran really good Saturday as well in Grand National. Finished on the lead lap, I think, and that's kind of what a goal he set at the beginning of the year, and he did that, so congratulations to him as well. In the Super Truck class, the class I ran in, Oscar Barneycastle picked up the overall win, followed by Frankie Everhart and Chuck Moretz in third. And Oscar's truck was rolling pretty well, pretty good on Saturday. Did a really good job. Fun racing with those guys. I just hope I tried my best to stay out of their way and let them race and just log laps and try to learn, and feel like I accomplished that. So I feel pretty good about it. Limited Sportsman, man, Friday night, that class was it was brutal. I might put some pictures up and share later on the channel here or something. I got pictures of Jerry Early's car on Friday night sitting on the front stretch with the body laying next to it after a wreck. But Jerry Early picked up the overall win on Saturday. Second place went to Steve Lynch. Steve driving that 00 car. Good to see Steve back running well. He's been struggling a little bit this year, had some trouble, but seems like he's got his car back underneath him, so congrats to him. And then Trey Brim picked up third, driving Adam Lawrence's car. Adam let Trey drive the car on Saturday. Trey did a really good job. Might have done a little bit better, but I believe they blew a head gasket there at some point during the day. We kind of found that they're looking at it at the end of the day, but good job for Trey. Trey's a young fella. He's raced with us a few times now and always does a good job. Very respectful driver, does a great job. So encourage him every time you see him out there. Keep pumping him up, guys, because he's really doing well. And it's good showing for Adam's car. He's getting that car dialed in, so he's doing good with it. In the East EM class, modified class, I believe there was a tie for the win here between the same 2 people, Tom Standridge and Kevin McDougal. And again, Tom eked him out with the quickest lap. So Tom picked up the win in modified with Kevin McDougal second and Jay Dodson running third. And that's pretty amazing that those guys are that close and good hard racing. It was fun to watch some of it. If you were there and saw it Saturday, if you weren't, man, I wish I had videoed that race, but because Chris Damasio, he went flying. I'm gonna say that car was at least 7 feet up in the air. That's not funny. I'm not making light of it because I know it probably bent some things and damaged some things. But I'll tell you, Chris, he was angry at first. Another driver had spun out in front and just spun in front of him, nothing intentional, but caught Chris up in it. And Chris was pretty upset at first, but once he calmed down, he went and talked to the other driver and said, "Hey man, I'm not mad at you. I'm just upset with the situation." And very classy move by Mike Damasio. Did I call him Chris the whole time? Sorry, Mike. I know you guys are brothers, but anyway, Mike Damasio, very very classy move by him, and the way, I appreciate him doing that and showing the rest of us how we should behave and how we should act when things don't go our way. Myself included, I need that reminder sometimes. In Sportsman, Saturday, you had a few guys leave during the rain delay, didn't think we were going to make it back. So in Sportsman, we only ended up with 2 cars really at the end of the day. Mitch Kendall picked up the win over Jimmy Early. I told Mitch he better be glad that Chad Leonard left because Chad said he had something for him. But we'll have to wait and see, won't we? But congrats to Mitch and Jimmy on getting out there. I hate not having any more cars than that in the class, but that weather did play a little bit of a factor and got some people to leave a little early. But overall, man, just an amazing day there. Again, it was a benefit race for the St. Jude's Children's Hospitals. And talked to Mitch this morning, and it looks like we raised a little over $4,000 for the hospital. Special thank you to everybody who donated raffle prizes and things like that. I would try to name y'all, but I'm afraid I would leave somebody out. You know who you are. I thank you. I know Mitch thanks you, and I know those kids at St. Jude's will thank you because they really that's a big deal for them. To every penny helps to try to find a cure for cancer and all the things that they do for those kids at that hospital. Pretty amazing thing. So we'll turn the page here and we'll move on to what's coming up Saturday this weekend on the 16th. Got a big race, club race down at Lakeside RC Speedway in Clover, South Carolina. Richard Coffey down there does an amazing job. Him and Andy work really hard. Chuck helps them out down there. Chuck Moritz. They do a lot of hard work down there. It's a pretty good drive for Richard to get down there to mow the grass and do all the things that have to be done to keep that place nice for us to go race, and it is a really nice place. So Saturday the 16th, club race. Could be a good time for you to get out there and prep for the fall nationals that are coming up next month in October down there. So I've got looking at it right now on my other wall, I got a second place plaque from the spring nationals this year at Lakeside. I'd like to add something for the fall nationals, so hope to be there. Little rumor going around that some of the guys from Easley might make a trip up to Clover this weekend. I'd love to have those guys up, come mix it up with them a little bit. I would really love to see 45 to 50 entries up there at this race, guys. I'd love to see that. I think it'd be awesome. I'd love to see some B mains in some classes, so people have to really have to get up on the wheel and race their way in. I just want to see our tracks and our car counts continue to grow. We've been growing at Mountain Valley all year. I expect to see Clover doing the same thing, or Lakeside. I always just call it Clover, but you guys know what I'm talking about. So let's get out and support Richard and Andy and Chuck and the team down there. Let's do all we can to drum up support and get some people out there, and let's race, have a good time, enjoy being around each other, enjoy the hard racing, and just enjoy the fellowship, guys. That's what it should be all about anyway. And then coming up also November the 18th, back up at Mountain Valley RC, we're going to have a Toys for Tots race. Mitch is so generously said just bring a $20 toy to donate, and that's going to be your entry fee. Now that's $20 per class, guys. If you're going to run 3 classes, bring 3 toys. Okay? $20 toys your entry fee. There's going to be plaques for first, second, and third that race in all 5 classes. Probably some other raffle prizes and things like that to give away. I'm sure we'll probably do a 50-50 and all that good stuff. So, put that on your calendars if you hadn't already. November the 18th, again, Toys for Tots race up at Mountain Valley RC. It's going to be an amazing time. All the toys will be going to the Martinsville Elks Lodge to be distributed out to some needy children up in that area. no kid needs to get up on Christmas morning and not have some toys. That's not cool. We want to make sure we do what we can. We're all blessed to be able to do what we do, and guys, this hobby we have it's not a cheap hobby. We're blessed to be able to do it. We're blessed to be able to do what we do, and let's share some of those blessings with those that aren't as fortunate as us. And it's going to be a fun time. Going to have some chili beans to eat that day. I heard that Showalter has got an award-winning recipe he's going to throw on us with those chili beans. So always looking forward to getting up there and seeing what Showalter's got going on. Fun guy to be around. If you meet him, you can't help but love him. He gets wound up with his woos sometimes, but he's a fun dude, and I'm looking forward to getting up there on that race as well. It's about all I really got for this episode, guys. Hope it turns out okay. Leave me some comments if you like. Try not to be too mean to me, hurt my feelings. But I really do want to really thank Mitch Kendall up at Mountain Valley RC, not only for what he does at the racetrack and supplying us and giving us an awesome place to race, but he also supports this podcast. He's one of the reasons I keep it going. He helps me out a little bit to keep this podcast going. I really appreciate him. Mountain Valley RC is by far the most awesome quarter scale race facility in this country, probably in the world. I can't say I've never been to those in any other parts of the world, but I've seen big car tracks that aren't as nice as this place, and it's amazing atmosphere, amazing people to be around. But I really do thank him personally for supporting the podcast the way he does. And if anybody else wants to jump in with some support, let me know. We'll figure out a way that you can do that. As you see, I'm sporting my Mountain Valley hat and shirt today. But until the next time, folks, just keep them off the wall and out of the grass. We'll see you soon.